Welcome back, Guardians. My name's Atheon. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to complete a Nightfall. Now, a lot of you will already know this, so this video might not be aimed at you, but there might be a few things in here which you didn't know or find useful, so it could be worth you sticking around and watching the video. Okay, so as you can see, when doing a Nightfall, there are several different modifiers. Epic enemies are heavily shielded, so this means that the shields will take a lot longer to get down. Nightfall, if the player dies, your fire team is returned to orbit. We have arc burn on this particular Nightfall, so arc weapons will deal more damage. Light switch, so that hits will deal more damage, so melee hits are very dangerous on this. You need to keep your distance. And angry, so the enemies will not flinch even from massive damage. Now with the Nightfalls, it will be different every week and the modifiers will be different every week, so it's always worth checking which modifiers are active, because there could be arc burn like this week, or there could be no burns like last week's, or on occasion they've been known to have all burns active at once. So I would highly recommend to everyone who does a Nightfall to check this out. So because we know arc burn is active this week, we're going to fill all the weapon slots with arc weapon damage. Now this will mean that the arc burn will allow us to cause a lot more damage to our enemies. Now if you don't know exactly what that means, it's alright. As you can see here, a Soros regime doing a critical hit 408 damage. That's what Oversoul Edict has a hell of a lot less impact, but arc burn is active on it. And as you can see, doing over 900 damage there on a critical hit. The only problem with the burns is that they work both ways. Now what you're going to see here is I'm just going to run around, which is something you don't really want to do on a Nightfall unless you're in a team of 3 and you know you've got each other's backs. But we'll just run around here, a couple dregs who have arc damage on their primaries, and as you can see they take me out very quickly. Now what you're also seeing here is the Nightfall modifier. I've not been given the opportunity to start again at any sort of checkpoint. You are just kicked out of the lobby. There are areas on each Nightfall strike, however, where if you die it won't return you to orbit. So this one, for example, has a lot of yellow enemies in, a lot of heavily shielded enemies, and if you don't have that right weapon with you, you want to save yourself a bit of time, you can just sprint straight through these areas. Nightfall can be quite time consuming, so it can be very helpful just to run straight through. So I'm going to show you here dying in this area. Now that the walker tank is dead, we can die and can respawn. We can also use this to our advantage. Something my friends call a tactical death, tactical wipe. What we had there was no primary ammo. Let myself be killed and respawn because it's not one of the areas that prohibits this, and now we have ammo back for our primary. So when things like Juggler are active, that will mean you will not get ammo drops for the weapon you're using. So you could use a heavy synthesis, buy some rockets and get some primary back, but if you don't have heavy synthesis or any other ammo synthesis which you would like to use, then what I have found is that normally there should be some ammo back behind you that you weren't able to pick up before, and then you can run back and get that ammo. Now what I want to talk about here is team play. It is very important during the Nightfall, and I'm not just on about helping each other, reviving each other, but being smart about it. So I've died here, I look pretty clear, I could self-res, but that self-res would be very important to keeping the Nightfall going, so I wait for an invisible hunter to come and revive me. Titans can also use their bubble to protect whilst reviving. Now this is more common sense than a tip, but I'm going to say it anyway, and that is when you get to the point of the boss, try not to die, because you don't want to be having to start the whole thing again. I know this from personal experience, it's very frustrating, but you will always be able to find somewhere you can position yourself where you'll still be able to cause the boss damage but will have cover. Now, once you've completed your Nightfall strike, your rewards will drop. This could be anything from exotic armor and weaponry to strange coins or even shards. But as well as this loot drop, you will also receive Radiant Light. Now, this is very useful. It boosts your XP earnings for the entire week on anything you do. So that counts towards Vanguard, Crucible, and factions. Anything you do, your XP earnings will be boosted. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully I gave you a tip or two that can help you to beat the Nightfall in future. If I haven't, or there's something you're curious about, please leave a comment asking and I'll do my best to answer it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and if you have enjoyed this video and would like to see more daily Destiny videos, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.